everybody, welcome to Modern Moves Dance YouTube channel, where I offer lessons and support for people who want to dance. My name is Coco Loop, and this is Michael Boyko. He is a drummer, percussionist, accompanist extraordinaire. So I'm really happy to have him as a part of this process, a part of these lessons, to provide you some really luscious sound to dance to. So today I want to talk about a little bit about feet, okay? Depending on the surface that you're moving on in your house, whether you've got a carpet or tile or something like that, you always want to kind of be sensitive to what you're doing with your feet, how you're treating your feet, and the way that you're using your feet so that you don't get injured, and that also you're just using the best possible functional anatomy information about your feet. So we're just going to do a couple of things to show you optimal positions or articulations through your lower leg and your foot. If you just look at the foot, we have the heel, we have the arch, the ball of the foot, obviously the toes and the instep, and then you have this big ankle, right, where all this articulation happens. Okay. So standing in any position, you can choose whatever foot you like, but you want to push the heel up to where it's on the ball of the foot, and then make sure you have your weight on your standing leg, and then push the weight out. It's called a flick. So you start to build the ability to articulate your toes separate from the rest of your foot. Okay, and then push that down. So we can do that on the other side. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then once you get that down, you can actually flick the whole foot into that shape in one motion. Push, 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 push. So I'm actually using the strength and the musculature under the bottom of the foot to push, and it's also obviously the calf muscle that's contracting to get that to happen. Okay, so let's try a little exercise. It goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, then quick, quick, 4 of those. Other side, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and here comes the music for these. Pop, pop. Other side, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and push and push. Other side, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and push. And then you can start to do a little, so you start to see the full articulation of the foot. Then you can start jumping. And you see the toes really extending off of the foot. And then you go back.
One more time.
Quick, quick. Other side. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3. So building the strength of the feet as we go. Little jog. You can bend the knees here and really soften. No need to hold any tension in your upper body. Then little. Woo! There we go.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
Nice job.
That'll get your heart rate up. Okay, so I hope that helps. I hope that kind of gives you just an introduction to some vocabulary, a little bit of anatomy of the foot. Obviously, I'm not using medical terms, but just some larger components of the foot and lower leg. Obviously, also when you do that kind of repetitive action in any part of your body, but especially your lower legs and your ankles, you want to stretch, right? So that you don't get Charlie horses or shin splints. So you can get down and just pull the toes up here, give yourself a nice stretch in the back of the leg, or you can choose to do a regular, just kind of athletic stretch where you're letting the back of the lower leg lengthen and relax out of all that contraction from that ballistic motion. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that lesson and that support and that guidance. Thank you, Michael, for the wonderful beats.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you in the next video.